Well, my mind was traveling a little bit in the beginning. Uh, let's just say it was lack of confidence, not having played enough lately, and not knowing where my level stands at. So these were some of the thoughts that were circulating during the beginning of that match. It was difficult to kind of see myself where I stand at when the match began. I was trying to get a feel for the match, and I really locked in well in the second set. One thing that I didn't do was take anything too serious, so I might have been a sit down, but I kept reminding myself too that there are better things to come, and I can show something better throughout this match. And that played a crucial, important role in keeping a solid mindset. I enjoyed the next two sets after the first one, and it helped me gain some confidence seeing that level of tennis being played in those two sets. Well, the last set was pure fight. I felt like he threw me off a lot by some of the things he was trying to do. But at the end, I really showed what I was made of. So that was a great victory.
Given the lack of confidence you talked about, how have you kind of assured yourself that you're on the right path, I guess?
Well, I need to win. I feel like confidence comes from winning sets. Of course, wins do help a lot, but the biggest thing is winning sets. If you can see yourself, finding ways to win sets, finding certain patterns that you build on court that help you win sets, your confidence grows. I even said it, like, if it doesn't work your way and you still don't make it and you're out in 5 sets, it's still not a bad sort of feedback because you're almost there. But when it's the other way, it kind of hits you harder, I would say. At the end of the day, it's a fight and it's a battle, and you want to see yourself max out as much as you can during any encounter against any player. To not be able to do that, puts you in a very bad mood, and you want to see yourself compete against the best and be as close to them as possible. The confidence definitely grows. I feel like with it comes belief, and belief is part of confidence. And perspective of your game, perspective of your physical capacity, and how mentally you can endure and face certain challenges and moments during a match. When those kind of click, when those come together, it feels very good.
I got in late, so if this has already been asked, I apologize, but how would you describe what this win means to you?
It puts me back in a good place. It revitalizes my game. To have that win definitely adds vitality and helps me feel alive again back on the tennis court. So I find it a very important victory for me to be back, because haven't had many of those lately.
Stefanos, what is this new chapter with Apostolos bringing to you and your tennis fan?
Wisdom. That's what it brings me. And I feel like something that I need in my life, in my career. So he brings a lot of wisdom into my game. I don't know how to define it exactly. That's up to you to decide, but I'll just leave it to that.
David.
Can you still remember the feeling of the player you were a couple of years ago when you were having some of your best successes? Do you feel that is achievable again in physically but also mentally?
My mind was very still, confident, full of hunger. My footwork was very good. And these were the elements that I used exceptionally well at my prime, at my best. These are the things that I I did seamlessly. Actually, I didn't feel like I forced it too much. And well, back then I wasn't dealing with injuries, so that definitely does put a toll on your mind when you know there's something that might be bothering you or something that you're trying to get past. It's a constant reminder when you're playing. You know, it's in the back of your head. You're thinking, okay, am I in shape? Yes, but there's that. And when you constantly have to be faced with it, when you constantly have to go on court and be reminded that it's tougher making the comeback. It's not an easy thing.
More Billie.
Good to see you. At the top of the game, we now have Sinner with his, let's say, his great ball striking, and Carlos with his, say, his athleticism and his variety. Two things. When all is said and done, in your opinion, who do you think of those two will emerge with a greater record? And secondly, do you think those two have taken our game to a higher level than Roger and Rafa and Novak at their peak?
They are great ambassadors for our game. I'm loving both of them. The way they play, their personalities, their exceptional commitment to the game. It's exactly what tennis needs. And to have them in this era is very important and crucial for the game, especially after Roger and Rafa have left. I feel like they're going to be doing great things in the next couple of years. And I feel like I can only learn from them, being someone who is included with them on the tour. And they're really pushing the throttle. They're really taking it a step further. I feel like physically, mentally, they've got the whole package, and they've been proving it over and over in the last couple of Grand Slams. They've been dominating them pretty successfully. And I would never think that I said in the past that I thought there's going to be way more of us, you know, having an effect on the slams and fighting for the slams. And it seems like in the last couple of years, they've been the two major competitors and then two major favorites in most of the Grand Slams. So just to put a sort of a picture on that, today's era is very different. We have social media, we have all tons of distractions and stuff, and it's very difficult to stay present. And these kids are doing an exceptional job staying present and being able to show that slam after slam. So I would say it's even more difficult for them than it used to be 20 years ago.
Just on that, do you think Carlos is as effective here on hard courts as he is on clay and grass?
Well, what makes him so good is that he can play on every surface. I played him at the US Open a few years back. He was still someone who was a newcomer. Not much that I knew about him. And that US Open edition was his biggest sort of his biggest first move on the tour, where we had a 5-set match on Ash, and ever since I feel like he has been constantly improving and getting better at pretty much everything. We're even like I remember seeing him probably like 6 months later after that match that we played at the here on Ash, and I was really surprised on his physical transformation in 6 months, and he's been developing ever since. I feel like his game has gotten better, his physicality has gotten better. He's not a boy anymore, he's a man. And the same stands for Jannik. Jannik is someone who's so disciplined when he plays, you can see it. Doesn't let his emotions get the worst of him when he's on the court. So this is a type of consistency that is, let's say, to be admired as an athlete, not just as a tennis player, just as an athlete, because these are examples that really push the game to the limit.
Thank you.